Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Alright, SSR, characters in general, who should you be getting? Now this is something that I do get asked a lot, and hopefully making this guide before the game launches, after making some research, talking to some CN veterans out there, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys an idea in general. Now keep in mind, characters are still tied to the weapons that you obtain. If you guys are not aware, this game it's a little bit different. If you're coming from Genshin, you pull for character, you pull for weapon. Right there, they are all separate. But in this game, first things first, they are called Simulacra. Or is it called Simulacrum? Each character has a weapon associated or tied to it. For example, this character Samir, SSR Simulacrum, you can see she will be representing the dual EM stars. So when I say Samir, hopefully you guys understood that it refers to this weapon, dual EM stars. So I'm just going to be referring them to their official terms, Simulacrum or Simulacra. But you know what, I might just say character down the road, so hopefully you guys understood along the way. So if you guys are not aware, Global will be getting a free SSR selector. Now, you will be getting this with selections in it. You can see the SSR relics, Thunderblades, Rosy Age. So Thunderblades is going to be referring to a Crow, for example, right? So Crow, the character, the SSR character, the Thunderblades is the weapon. So Rosy Age is referring to Meryl, right? Meryl, Rosy Age weapon. Hopefully we are clear with that. So this SSR weapon box, ideally, do not use this early on. Alright, you want to use this later on. So when do you use this? Early on, for everyone that starts out playing Tower of Fantasy, you'll be getting a 30 PT for the first SSR character. And then, later on, you'll be getting 80 PT. Now the general advice from a lot of veterans is, do not use this until you go through the 80 PT. So 30 PT for your first SSR, 80 PT for your second SSR. So hopefully get through this 80 PT first before you use the selector. The idea, the concept is simple. You do not want to obtain dupes if you can, right? You want to try to avoid getting dupes. But of course, dupes is not entirely useless. It's still useful in this game to be able to get some of the characters up to power them up. Now, in terms of the character, let's talk about it. Who should you pick generally? Like, if you go into this game blindly, you have no idea of the SSR characters or what they can do, I highly recommend Samir or King. Now, these two are like the best characters that's been recommended by a lot of CN veterans. Now, Samir is a dual pistol character, alright, dual EM stars is the weapon representing her. She's a DPS character, her element is Volt, as you guys can see, while King is a very good character to shield break. Alright, shield break apparently is very important. This is a flame weapon representing the Sky of the Crow. These two characters, or rather Simulacrum, is by far the most recommended one. You won't regret getting either one of these. Now hopefully if you get either one of these two characters within your first 30 pool, that would be awesome. That would be the ideal case scenario. Now personally, I would be going with Samir because I'm a big fan of having someone with dual pistol, having some sort of range fighting style. That's definitely something that I'm more accustomed to, but based on what I've been hearing, King is definitely essential in a lot of shield breaking, and shield break is very good. The ability to break shield is something that you want to obtain, especially if you want to main like a DPS. Remember, this is an MMORPG. If you're trying to help your party with raids, you want to be able to have character that can break shields. Ideally, that's the case, or it depends on whether or not that role falls upon your tank. Speaking of which, let's talk about tanks. Alright, so what are the options if you want to play as a tank, right? If you are someone that likes to be in front, alright, shield your party, protect your party from receiving damage while support is healing you, while the DPS characters is doing some damage, then Meryl is by far going to be the most solid choice. Alright, so Meryl is going to be really good. She also has the ability to shield break. Now, she is a frost ice element, right? So you can see her abilities are pretty decent. Now right here you can straight up see that she has an ability to increase shatter by 15% and restore 10% of HP after shattering the target's shield. Now Meryl, in my opinion, right, based on what I've been seeing, based on the abilities and later on in the end game contents, she's definitely the better tank to go for. But if you don't like her design, for example, if you don't like ice element, then Huma is going to be a decent option. Now Huma, as you can see, the weapon associated is Molten Shield version 2. Now she is pretty decent as well, alright, so you can see she's much more focused on resonance defense. Again, she's a flame element if you prefer that over an ice element. That's fair, alright. So also one thing that you want to pay attention to is the playstyle of each weapons or the simulacrum in general. So that's something that you want to pay very close attention to. Make sure you pick someone that you think you will like the gameplay style of. As you guys can see right now, I'm showing you guys, this is Huma's gameplay and the style of her in general in combat, right? So let's move on to healers or supports rather. So if you want to go the support route, you're someone that likes to stay behind, support your teammates, support your allies, heals them, constant healing. What are the options? Now, in global, Nemesis is going to be our first banner. Alright, so she is going to be separated in an exclusive banner. So she's going to be decent choice if you guys want to pull for her. She's definitely one of the better characters for a little bit of healing. Although, based on what I've been hearing, she is a little bit dupe heavy. And I've heard that they rework her a little bit in the CN server. I'm not sure how that will affect us in global, but CN server is like way ahead. Now, if you don't want Nemesis, obviously another option is going to be Coco Ritter. I'm just going to refer to her as Coco. So Absolute Zero, another ice element. Alright, she's going to be one of the best healers that you can obtain early on. Alright, if you are looking to just straight up heal your characters. So this is the ability associated to her. After dodging, she summons a healing bee, follows the user, heals the ally with the lowest percentage of HP within 15 meters. And heal for 25% of attack and restore 50 weapon charge points each time and last for 25 seconds. So yeah, again, it can be a little bit confusing based upon the roles, right? Like if you want to be a tank or a healer or a DPS, or if you don't care about it that much, you want to mix it up, it's fine. Like at the end of the day, it's a game, so just enjoy it, have fun, try it out, try out the characters that you want. In terms of rerolling, I do get asked a lot about this. Usually players like to reroll in gacha games, right? Now this game is a little bit different. Rerolling takes about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. If you skip past everything, if you just rush through everything. But if you want to read the story and everything, it's going to take about 1 hour. Now, is that worth it? I don't think it's necessary, alright, because there's the amount of things that you can farm in the open world. You can try and get those nucleus, right? The black nucleus, the gold nucleus. Plenty of things can be farmed in the open world. You can take your time, explore, and you can easily get the 30 PT and 80 PT pulls, and then they are giving you out this free SSR selector. I don't see the need for you to reroll unless you really hate certain characters and you're trying to, you know, avoid some of this. Now, hopefully that will give you guys some idea in terms of the characters that you're trying to obtain. I'm pretty sure most of these characters are usable based on what I've seen. I've talked to a lot of other players. Now, if you guys are interested to look at this website, it's toweroffantasy.info. I'll have it linked in the description below. With that being said, I'll see you guys when the global launches. Hopefully, I'll be live streaming it on this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notifications. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a nice day. Goodbye.